Andrew from ESPN. The unique nature of this back-to-back, we've seen back-to-backs these last 2 years when you play 7 o'clock on a Friday, 6 o'clock on Saturday. Now you get 1:30 on a Thursday, 7 o'clock. How beneficial is that to your guys in terms of rest?
Um, it's beneficial. I think obviously it's not like you're playing a 7 o'clock game and then turning around and playing a 7 o'clock game. So we should be back at the hotel by 4 o'clock, 4:30. So from that standpoint, I think it's you get adequate rest. We can go through just the regular shoot arounds. We don't have to worry about anything like that.
Hey, Coach Christian Clark here with Null.com. You guys had 23 fast break points against Memphis. I think by far the most you've had in the bubble. Just what did you see from your team in transition in that last game?
Well, I think the one thing when we manage our turnovers, and then when we're coming up with stops, I mean, obviously you're going to have more opportunities to run. The more opportunities that we have to run, then the better chance we got of converting some of them. So it was just a matter of our defense being really solid, us not turning the ball over, and giving ourselves more opportunities to do that.
Coach, to expand on that, after having a day, to look at film and stuff, what do the guys need to do to improve their offensive execution? Because you mentioned after the game, there were positive glimpses, following the win against the Grizzlies, but it was the defense is what carried you guys.
Yeah, I think the one thing we have to do is I think we have to get more initial ball movement. I think sometimes we're trying to attack too early, and I think the thing that our offense has been really good at, and especially after Christmas was our ball movement and our assists. When our assists are up, and usually when we get 30 assists, we win the majority of those games. So. I think we just got to get the ball moving initially. Do not try to attack right away unless we have numbers. And I think when we do that, then we create better shots for ourselves.
What's up, Coach? This is Will Guillory with The Athletic. You mentioned the defense, and you held those guys, I think, 40% shooting from the field. What did you guys do that you're hoping to carry over to some of these other games?
Well, I thought we were a little more aggressive. I thought we were into the ball a little bit more. We did a good job. If you guard pick and rolls well in this league, then you have an opportunity to have a good defensive night. And I thought we did a good job on the pick and rolls, especially with Morant. I mean, he's young player, but a really, really good player and a very athletic player. And I thought that we did a good job of controlling him and keeping him out of the paint. And I think when you do that, you'll have an opportunity to have a good defensive night against them.
Hey, Coach Andrew again. Will any players, Zion, Favors, be on any sort of restrictions on the back-to-back?
No, I mean we're just gonna. First of all, we'll see after the game what's gonna happen. But from the restriction of minute standpoint. We're just going to keep building up, and we're just going to keep playing, and we'll figure that out along the way.
Mark and then Malika.
Coach, as a former Colorado assistant coach, somebody that's close to Denver, Colorado, I want to see if you have any thoughts about recently happened in Aurora.
Yeah, he asked me about the thing that happened in Aurora. To me, other than the George Floyd thing, is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. To take kids out of a car and handcuff them and put them on the pavement or whatever the heck they decided to do. If that's your protocol, then you need to change it. Because I don't understand how, number one, a minivan can be confused as a motorcycle. How a Montana license plate can be confused as a Colorado license plate. This is something that should have absolutely never happened. I mean, this thing should have been worked out before you even walked to the car. And if that's what you're supposed to do, you take a mom and a niece and 2 kids out of a car and handcuff them, then it's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard of. It's very disturbing even to just watch it on tape. And I don't know what you could possibly be going through your mind to think that would be okay to do to little kids. That is just something that should never, ever, ever happen. I don't give a damn what their what their protocol is there, or how you're supposed to do it. To think that to do that to kids that are going to be they're going to be traumatized for the rest of their life. I mean, and have every right to be, really. I just don't understand how these things can continue to happen and happen and happen. If that's the way we're training our police officers, then we need to change everything about it. Because if you think that a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old and I guess the other girl was 9 or 10 too, if they're threats that we have to put handcuffs on them, then I have no idea where we're headed as a country or as a police force or anything else. It was very disgusting. It really was, and that's the only words you could use.
Malika, go ahead.
Alvin, you guys just played Memphis with Jaren Jackson. Now they're without Jaren Jackson. What was your vantage point of what happened, number one? And two, from your experience playing against them, how does not having him change what they do?
To be honest with you, I did not see him get hurt. I don't know when it happened in the game, but obviously, with a meniscus, it's a pretty serious injury. I did not see him get hurt, but what does it mean playing without him? He was hurt before we came to the bubble, and he missed some games with them. But what you lose a big man that has the ability to step out and shoot the basketball. He's a good passer. Just gives them more size on the floor. A rebounder. So they lose a really good player, but they'll play small and they'll spread the floor, and they're used to playing without him. They've played so many games without him that they're accustomed to playing without him. But obviously you take a very good player off the floor for them.
Hey, Alvin, Rod Walker with the Times-Picayune. I know you just focusing on your team in these 5 games, but just how crazy is it to see how jam-packed this Western Conference race is for that 8 and 9 spot?
Well, I think what it is that it just shows the kind of depth that that there is in the West. I mean, there's a lot of very capable teams. Phoenix is here, probably playing the best basketball of anyone here, probably other than Toronto. They've done a great job and had great wins. I mean, obviously the win against the Clippers is a huge win for them. So I think Portland is playing really good basketball. So there's a lot of jam-packed. You look at Sacramento, and they've had games that they could have easily won that just didn't quite go their way. So I think there's a lot of depth. I think there's the games have been fairly close. You even look at Portland, Houston last night. All of these games are close, and you just have to make plays down the stretch, and that just shows the depth of the Western Conference and the teams that are in it.
Hey, Alvin, when you're looking back at this game and you're looking at those last 4 minutes, do you kind of have a percentage of how many times the team made kind of the right decisions in that frame on those offensive possessions, and how many times or the percentage of where maybe Zion or BI kind of bailed you guys out late in the shot clock? And is that kind of, as these lineups are playing together and as everybody's kind of getting back, is that something you guys are working on, or it's going to be a work in progress in those crunch minutes, trying to get the right baskets, trying to make the right decisions?
Well, I think our guys made good decisions. We had the ball in the hands of the people that we really wanted to have it in the hands of. I think if you watch the Phoenix game, I'm not sure if that was the play that was designed, but they had it in the hands of Devin Booker, and I think at the end of the game, that's what you're going to have. With us, at the end of the game, it's going to be in BI's hands. It's going to be in Zion's hands. It could be a shot for JJ, but we manufactured what we wanted to. Even in the Utah game, at the end, we got the shot that we wanted. BI on a what we considered a very makeable shot, and we had JJ coming off a screen. So from the standpoint of getting the shots and manufacturing the shots that we wanted, I thought we did that. We just not like to be in a situation where the last shot of the game is going to be the deciding factor.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. Sorry about that rant, but you know, somewhere along the line, this stuff got to stop. Okay, it has to stop. All right.
We love that. Your passion.